Hi, I'm Ron Russell. I'm one of the owners and a chef here at Suncafe in Studio City. And I'm on Jane Unchained today. Going to make cauliflower korma, which is an Indian dish. We already started the cauliflower, the onions, and the carrots. And then we're going to make the sauce and put it all together, and you'll get to see. Now this one's kind of interesting because not only is it vegan, it has zero fat, which you know, we tend to sometimes get a little carried away with our fat content. So we're going to make the sauce out of butternut squash and lots of spices, tomato and cilantro, and then we used a little bit of olive oil spray, just organic olive oil spray, just so it'll cook nice. So here we go. I'm going to make the sauce now. Stir this up a little bit. Want a nice little golden tan to that. And then our sauce is going to be 1 cup of butternut squash that's already been cut up. So there's our nice butternut squash. It's nice and creamy. Is
that raw?
It is now, but not once we cook it. But the butternut squash is great for making sauces because it's nice and creamy on its own. So that's how we're going to avoid adding a bunch of oil to this. Then we're going to add 1 plum or tomato. And then we've got cumin, which is one of my favorite spices. One of the reasons I like cumin so much is it adds a beautiful background flavor, but it won't overpower most dishes. So it's a great background seasoning. And then we've got our curry, just a masala curry here. We've got 2 teaspoons of curry. And then we've got a little cinnamon to make it a little sweeter. And then we've got our sea salt, which we've just got a ½ teaspoon here. And then we're going to blend this up. If we need to, hopefully the tomato is going to add enough moisture to this dish, but if we need to, we can add a little bit of water to make sure it cooks properly. I'm going to blend it up, make it nice and smooth, so about 30 to 40 seconds. Little thicker than I like it, so I'm going to add just like a tablespoon of water. It doesn't have to be a lot, but here's what we have so far. But I want it just a little thinner than that, not much. Okay. So, and then you
leave this open while you blend.
Sure.
Okay.
And then you want to blend it, like you say, nice and long until it's nice and smooth. You don't want chunky. You never want this really smooth. One of the ways I tell if it's still blending properly or if you need more water or not, look at the side here. As it bounces up against the side, you can see it slide back down. It's still very slow, but you can see it moving. That's showing that it's still blending well, so that's going to be nice and thick, but you know, smooth. If you see it stick to the sides and not go down, then you know that it's a little too thick and it's not going to be smooth.
Can you recap what you're making for us again for anybody who came?
We're making a Indian cuisine cauliflower korma, but with my own twist. This isn't like a traditional korma, but because we're not using, often it's yogurt, and we're just using a no-fat sauce, which is made out of butternut squash. So here's our sauce. We're going to pour that in with our cauliflower and our carrots and our onion. Onion is one of the most important ingredients in Indian food, and in fact almost every cuisine in the world you'll see onions as a major part. Certainly in French cuisine, it's a major part. So there's our korma. Make sure it gets nice and even over all the different vegetables in there. You want it to look nice and yellow. Of course.
Can you let us know what was in the pot before you added the sauce?
So what we were cooking up a little bit ahead of time was the cauliflower, carrots, and onions, and that's just to give it a little browning, a little softness. I don't cook my vegetables very long. Like the most I ever cook vegetables is maybe 10 minutes. I don't like heavily cooked vegetables. So now we're going to plate this. It doesn't need to cook much with the sauce, just a little bit, just warm it up. You can cook it maybe a couple of minutes, but it's not going to take much. And then you can put rice, or you can put quinoa as the base. So there's our, I'm using quinoa today, obviously one of the best grains to use. And then we're going to add our korma.
Oh, that looks fabulous.
Okay. And now I'm going to show you a couple quick things about decorating a plate. Just because I am very big that you taste way more with your eyes than you think you do. And what I mean by that is when we look at something, we've already started to taste it. Our brain is already saying, ooh, that looks good, or that kind of thing. So here's how you plate something. Number one, you want a little bit of height. That's important in plating. This is called dusting. You grab a little pinch. I'm using paprika, but you can use any spice here. And I'm just grabbing it between my fingers, and I'm rocking it back and forth. And that's called dusting a plate. Put a little on top too. So it just gives a little more interest around the edges. Then we're going to add a little cilantro, a contrasting color to the color where we have this rich, warm yellow from the turmeric in the curry. So a little green adds a little color to that, and then raisins to give a little sweetness to this dish. And there you have it.
Wow, that
You don't
looks
have to.
great.
You don't have to spend a lot of time decorating. That took me 15 seconds, but that 15 seconds will make it taste better when it looks right. If
And
you
will
just dump it on a plate, it just isn't going to be that interesting to your mind. And your mind is, like I say, you taste a lot more with your mind than you think you do. Okay.
That's great. And will the recipe be on the website later?
Sure, we can put it, or you can email me at ron@suncafe.com, and I'll send you the full recipe, and you can reach out. I do a cooking class every Saturday.
Yes, let's talk
I've done
about that.
every Saturday at 9 o'clock. I do a cooking class. You can check out the classes that are coming up on suncafe.com. I usually have at least a month worth of classes that you can see what's coming up. My most popular class is a vegan cheese class where I make 6 different kinds of vegan cheese, and I'll let you do the math on why that's the most popular one, but I get a lot of people to that one. But normally we get about 15 people. So yeah, I've done over 250 classes.
People register online for this?
They can register online or pretty much show up. It's usually not so packed that we can't get you in.
Okay,
so here
that's
we
great.
go.
All right, well, we have a taste tester here.
All right, here you go.
This is my cousin Cindy.
Okay, I'm very
Cindy's been-
excited.
and how long have you been vegetarian? And now you're
Since
vegan.
I was 13.
So
13
you are
years old,
one
I
of the
started.
premier vegans, and here you are going to
Look at this. This is
delicious
so
dish.
gorgeous.
Okay, go for
Wow, I'm very excited to try this.
So it has a little bit of heat to it, but not bad. It's just more warm in the mouth.
It's so good. It's amazing. This is amazing. I love, love, love it.
it. And I happen to know that you love cauliflower. And you're here today, I want to say, besides this delicious food, you're here today with your dogs.
I am.
And why is she here today with her dogs?
Well, here at Suncafe, we have a very dog-friendly 3 patios, not just one. We have 3 outside patios, and we're very dog-friendly. We always give them nice vegan treats, so they like coming here. And so it's fun.
Let's go to the dogs. Who is this?
This is Chance, the boy, the brother, and this is Layla, his sister. And they
Hi,
are,
Layla.
they're 9 months old.
Hi there,
And they are
guys.
enjoying themselves immensely. This is a
Yeah.
beautiful
Aw.
outdoor space. Beautiful outdoor space. Very pet friendly. There's a nice fire pit right behind me. The food is terrific. I'm very excited to bring family back here to share in this experience. It's beautiful.
Yeah, if
Okay,
you do a
let's
quick
look at it. I'm
turn,
gonna do
these
that.
are the 3 different
I'm
patios.
going to talk about this.
This
is
is
one of
the
the
upper
patios.
patio, and then we have the lower patio that's underneath the tree here. We brought in this 40-foot carrotwood tree when we
Wow.
first opened the restaurant, and then we've got the fountain, and the walls are all
And then over
growing.
here,
And then we have the fire table, which is on at night, so it's a nice romantic space around the fire with the benches and some tables.
I love that.
And then we have the string lights above and all.
And tell us about this. This is really important.
Yes, I actually calculated what, based on FDA and USDA statistics and so on, how much you save here at the restaurant by eating vegan. compared to the average person who eats so much meat. So since we've been open 8 years, saved over, it's actually now over 67,000 animals, 508 million gallons of water. It's very water intensive to raise cattle and other animal agribusiness. We've also saved over 1 million pounds of food because it takes about 16 pounds fed to a cow to get 1 pound of beef. Well, you're wasting 15 pounds of food that doesn't get used. So you use a lot of food that just more or less goes to waste. And then 1.2 million pounds of CO2 gases avoided by being fully vegan as the restaurant is, because methane is a huge problem with the cattle industry, and it's 16 times more destructive on the ozone layer than CO2 gas. So it's a CO2 equivalent gas, but it's much more destructive. And so I was an environmentalist since I was 10, and that was one of the reasons I went vegan.
Do you think there's a connection to the hurricanes?
I mean, I don't think it causes it, but I think it makes them stronger. I think we are messing with our weather, and we're, don't know what the consequences are going to be, and I don't think it's going to be good. And we've already seen, major problems, with melting ice caps and all that. So.
Yes, the Northeast Passage is open now because the Arctic Circle has so much of it is melted away.
Yeah, it's a lot of sadness, and just think about this: #1 cause of water pollution in the world is animal production. #1 cause of deforestation in the world is animal production. That's why they cut down forests primarily, is to raise cattle and other animals. #1 cause of water usage in the world is animal production. So there's just so many reasons that, to be an environmentalist, you got to be a vegan.
Okay, that's great. And there's some more food coming out.
Yes, we've got a cauliflower steak for you guys, which is on the menu. This is not.
Okay.
And then we've also got shaved Brussels sprouts.
All right. Well, that's great. So tell us how you like this.
I love this. I definitely come back again and again. I think it's just beautiful here. I have the wind blowing just gently on me. It's just such a pretty spot. Lots of green. It's just an enjoyable, wonderful place to be.
And these are the treats that your dogs got.
I just gave my dog a V-Dog, and they both just devoured it in 10 seconds. Delicious.
So we want to do a shout out because both Jane and I have vegan dogs, and we feed our dogs V-Dog.
Absolutely. My dog just swallowed it in 10 seconds, so they must have loved it too.
I think the food is coming out now.
Yummy, yummy. And they're having a great time. I mean, how many places in LA or anywhere can you go and bring your dogs where they're just calm and happy and enjoy your company, and we enjoy their company? Wonderful.
Okay,
definitely
I think that's
wonderful.
great.
This is amazing, though. Honestly,
so we're waiting
amazing.
for the food that we ordered for lunch to come out.
Sorry,
Should be out
we
in
were
just
trying
a
to
moment.
coordinate with the making over here, so it's they're just finishing it up.
Sometimes it doesn't always work. But this is a lovely restaurant.
You don't need the oil.
And this is considered North Hollywood? Or Studio City?
Studio City.
Okay.
Studio City. We're just 2 miles from the Hollywood Bowl. We're 1 block from Universal Studios, right off the 101 and Lancashire Boulevard.
And the web address is?
Suncafe.com. Yeah.
All right.
Let me double check on the meal.
So, you like this food?
Mm-hmm.
You're going to come back here with family?
I'm going to come back. It's fabulous. I'm looking forward to the other plates he's bringing.
Yes, so we have some
just
really
amazing.
Interesting things. Okay.
Want to taste a bite?
No, I'm going to wait.
It is really that good. So it's so good that I haven't stopped eating it since they put it down. It looks like nothing's gone because they gave you so much.
Right.
Huge heaping serving here.
All right.
But terrific. Absolutely terrific.
That's great. The dogs are happy.
The dogs are beyond
people
happy.
Are happy
look
here.
Look at this dog. Does he look miserable? He's so happy to be here at night. He heard you say, are you happy?
And now he's
Come on.
Okay.
Come here, guys. Come here. That's because more people are coming in to say hi. Come here, Bubba. Come
Let's see what's happening with the food. Okay, good. All right, so the food we ordered is coming out. I want everybody to get a chance to see it. Sorry, the timing is off a little bit, everybody. But, yeah. But we're having a great time. I think if it doesn't come out in a minute, I'm probably going to end it. But
this place is great. The inside is huge. It's gorgeous. Great place to come
let me
for
walk
a nice
inside
dinner.
and see if we can see. I don't have light. I don't have lights. Let's see if this works. Oh, look at how beautiful this is. So this is the bar, and this is a full-service bar, and they have kombucha and hard cider on tap that I see over here. And here is this absolute beautiful, beautiful restaurant. Okay, and there's the food. Let's go. Right.
Here are the Brussels sprouts. Now these are not traditional Brussels sprouts in the fact that we shave them, and then we put nuts on them. It's got balsamic reduction, and then it's got
he's like, I want some.
and then it's got like a kind of a sour cream underneath that we make out of cashews.
Okay, that's great. All right, take a little bit, some on the plate, and let's see how you like it.
Wow, it's beautiful. You see the presentation is beautiful.
The presentation's beautiful.
Absolutely beautiful.
All right, go for it, Cindy.
All right, here we go. Wow. I didn't think you could top that, but you did.
Okay.
Like this is a 10. Absolutely a 10. This is amazing. And this is terrific. I just love all the flavors. Everything put together. It's
like
beautiful
I said,
and tastes amazing.
We don't cook it, in the, normal Brussels sprout round, like most places do, or maybe they'll cut it in half. We actually shred it and get some interesting flavors that way with all the different sauces.
Probably the best Brussels sprouts dish I've ever eaten.
Well,
Really?
Honest to God, this is amazing.
Okay, well, I think we'll end on that note.
Okay.
All right, thank you so much, Ron Russell.
Thanks for coming out.
At Suncafe, and thank you, everybody, for joining us.